All right, the first thing we want to do is measure ourselves accurately so that we can pick our size correctly off the size chart and have a top that fits us perfectly. We will be doing a few different measurements. Most patterns will go by your upper bust or your bust as the lead measurement, and then you would grade in or out for your waist and in or out for your hips. Another important measurement we're going to take is our side waist length. That is the measurement from our armpit to our natural waist, and that's going to tell us whether we need to add length or shorten our top at all. So you'll want to grab a measuring tape and a pencil to paper to jot your numbers down. First thing we're going to do is start with our upper bust, and that goes across your back, over the top of your bust. You want it snug, not super tight. So I have about 36 inches for my upper bust, and I would write that down. And then we want to go on to our bust next. Same thing. Going to go around the back and then across the fullest part. Across the fullest part of your bust. Okay, and then once you have that number, mine's about 37, you would write that down. Next is our waist. So the natural waist is if you did I'm a little teapot and you bent over, it's going to be that crease right there. So you want to measure around your natural waist. Okay, and write that down. And then same thing for your hips. That is going to be across the fullest part of your bottom. And then around the front. And again, we'll write that down. And then for our natural waist, our side waist length, you measure from your armpit to your natural waist. So I'm going to put the tape and the armpit and then down to where I have that natural bend. And again, I'm a little over 8 inches. So once you have these measurements, we can take a look at our size chart and pick our sizes. All right, so I went and I got the size chart here on my phone. So you're going to look at the size chart and look for your measurement. Now most designers, the number on the chart is the largest number for that size. So if you're a little bit over a number, then you're going to go with the bigger size. So for this top, look, my upper bust was 36 inches. So I would be a size 8. My bust was 37 inches. So again, that falls into size 8. My waist was 32 inches. So that means I fall at a size 10 for my waist. And then my hips are 40 inches. That puts me in an 8 for my hips. So for my personal shape right now, I grade from an 8 upper bust and bust out to a 10 waist and back to an 8 hip. And again, I have an average side length, so I do not add or take away length from the pattern. If your side waist is longer, then you're going to want to add at the add and shorten line to your pattern. So if your side waist is 9 inches, you'll want to add an inch at the shorten lengthen line, and if it was 7 inches, you would take away an inch. And I will briefly show that as well. Even though I do not make that measurement, I'll show you how to do that. So once you have decided which size you need and selected those on the pattern, you're going to print out your pattern, and then we will be ready to grade and cut it out. Now, Sonia Estep Designs already has a video on her YouTube channel that shows you how to print up her PDF pattern. So I'm just going to go ahead and link that in this blog so that you can see how to do it if you are unfamiliar with PDF patterns.